Okay, so I guess we're all set. We can start a few seconds early. It doesn't really matter. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my stream. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know that I did. Thanks very much for asking. So my friends, let's check out. Let's go over to the computer. Let's check out what we did last Friday to finish this masterpiece. And then we'll take our day from there. So what did we do to finish this masterpiece on Friday? Well, we added the shadows to our large sperms. We added a little bit of details to our central circle, to the outline to our central circle, as you can see right there. We put down after that signature, which is worth a fortune, of course. And then finally, we did the outline to our large sperms. And that finished off our painting. So there you have it, 3 different views. And there you have it again, live and in color. So I am going to take a few seconds to look at it because we are going to roll this canvas up and we're going to put it away and bring out a new roll of canvas that we will staple to the wall, and then we will prime it. So, very good. I almost never have time to take a look at these paintings because as soon as they're done, I just roll them and start another one. And I never, during the weekend, of course, I don't see them because I don't come into the studio. I kind of stay home and recharge my batteries. So, anyways, let's get this painting all ready. So I'm just going to make sure all the staples are out. There we go. There we go. A lot of the canvas is stuck to the tarp in back of it because when I paint, I just go for it. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so this is all ready to be rolled up. So I am just going to go in the back room, find my last painting that was rolled up and roll this one on top of that. So, I think I'm just going to have to start a new roll because my paintings are starting to be extremely thick. So, no big deal. I'm just going to take off this staple right here in this corner. And I'm going to start rolling this up. I am not very far from the dumpster where people in the old part of Nice throw their garbage, and you often find a lot of cardboard rolls. I apparently am out of them, so I am going to have to find one to protect my canvas. The ones that I have in the back room, I consider they are full. There we go. Very good. So I'll just lay this flat. Never lay them standing up. Otherwise, with gravity, the bottom of the top of the canvas gets crunched. So you want to lay it flat on the floor or on a shelf or whatever. There we go. And we have a new roll of canvas. So let me just get camera number 1 fixed over here. I'm going to bring it down because all the action is going to take place on the floor. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so this is going to be a really short stream. I mean, all I'm going to do really is just basically unroll this canvas. We're going to measure it 66 inches by 47 inches, or 1.70 by 1.20 meters. That's basically the size that I love to paint with. I find it just a great size. So I'm going to do that. Let me just put this down. I also want to think about editing my movies, so I'm also going to put a few jars. So let me switch over camera number 1. A few jars of paint, just of water, just to hold the canvas down so that when I measure it, it'll be more accurate. My measurement will be more accurate where I hook my tape to measure off. There we go. So that is done. And I guess before I unroll it, let me get everything together here. So I need my measuring tape. I got my ruler right here. I need a pencil, which I guess I should just put a little edge to it. There we go. I always make sure I put the pencil sharpener in the right place so I find it easily every time I need it. So, pencil, ruler, scissors, of course. And scissors. So, I guess now I am all equipped so we can unroll this and then we'll just measure off what we need. So, just like that. There we go. I'll switch over to the dual cameras here. And so let's measure off. Measure off 1.20 meters. I'll put a little crow's foot right there. I'll do that in the middle as well. Very good. And one last one right here. Okay. So, again, I'm going to just switch over to camera number 1. We can measure this off. Just like that. There we go, real professional-like. And then, of course, we are going to cut it carefully, because if we screw up on this canvas, it'll be screwed up for the next canvas. So I always take my time doing this. I know by pushing the scissors you can usually cut faster, but sometimes you go off off the tracks, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather just take another few seconds and make sure that this is nice and straight. There we go. Very good. Very good. So, I will just set this aside here in the corner. Grab these little jars and put these away. Just like that. Now what? Okay, let me just fold this over. Get this out of the way as well. I am going to bring my camera number 1 back up, because now we're going back to the wall where we're going to staple this baby. So, where's the staple gun? Right over here. And I guess I'm all set. So, let's just switch over here. Very good. Now I'm just going to use the lines that we did the previous painting on. And that should work pretty darn straight. I am going to step back though for a second, just to make sure. And I'll bring camera number 2 back to its regular spot. There we go. So, how is this doing? Well, the edges are nice and vertical. Very good. Very good. I think I can go ahead and add another staple right here and another one right here. Now, where's my scissors? Over here. Now on the edge of this primed, because this is already primed, this canvas, primed with some cheap gesso. Well, they leave a little bit of canvas on the end so you can stretch it on the canvas, I guess. But this gesso is so shitty, and this edge, when you paint over it with gesso, it doesn't look right. So I'm going to cut it out right now. I'm going to cut it off. We don't need this excess. On the canvas that I had previously, it worked fine. I just gessoed over it, gained another like 2.5 inches on this canvas. But with this roll of painting, it didn't look right. So I decided to just cut it off. No big deal. Come on, baby. There we go. Don't give me a hard time. There. And of course, I put the staple right where I was going to cut. There we go. Now let's cut off this. There we go. And this industrial gesso is like glass. Really, it's terrible. I mean, I painted the first time on this pre-primed canvas, and it was a nightmare. My paint didn't stick. You could see the paintbrush marks. It would glide. It was as though I was painting on glass. It was a real nightmare. So ever since then, I bring out and I prime the gesso on top of this. Like that, I am sure that I will not have a hard time. So you're going to say, well, why don't you buy non-prime canvas? Well, believe it or not, I don't know why. Here also, I don't want to be too sloppy. I'm going to make sure I cut this nice and straight. Come on, baby, come on, come on. And I was smart enough to staple it where it needed to be stapled so I wouldn't have to cut over it. Which doesn't make it any easier, I notice. Not easier at all. Thanks a lot. So, I'm going to have to re-staple this corner. No big deal. So it makes me look like an idiot. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, very good. There we go. So, let's make some room here. Let's whip out the gesso, which should be right here. So where am I on this? Cameras, okay. I'm on camera number 1, very good. So got the gesso right there, got my wooden spoon to give it a little stir. Maybe I'll even drop in just a little bit of water, and I mean just a little bit. There we go. It wasn't that long ago that we primed the other canvas, so it's all pretty good. There we go, give it a quick little stir. So actually this weekend I really splurged. Boy, it's warm in here. And you can tell I put for the first time since last fall my working clean t-shirt. I did wash it. So in anticipation of taking this off in case it got too warm. And then I got my brush here that I've had for I don't know how many years, where maybe it's all caked up and maybe there's like a 1/4 to an inch of soft hairs. So I decided after 20 years I would splurge and buy another paintbrush, another cheapo paintbrush that I use only to put on the gesso. So anyway, it's a good time to try it out. So usually when you prime and put gesso on a canvas, you always start from the center and you work your way to the outside. Like that, when the canvas dries, it stretches, it shrinks, and then it gets nice tension all the way around, like a little drum when you tap on it. But when you have a canvas like this one, which is stapled to the wall, already primed, it's not that important. I do it out of habit. I start always in the center, work my way around clockwise. And like I say, force of habit, might as well stay the way it should, or do things the way they should be done. So, let me just clean off my spoon. You guys know that I like keeping my materials clean. Don't like putting it off to later. Maybe my spoon or my knife. Only thing I don't use is a fork. There we go. So let's try out this. And before I try this out, I see that my gesso is still extremely thick. So I am going to add, there we go, a little more water. Give it another stir. Just going to keep stirring till all the water is blended in with the pigments. Just about done. And like that, it will just go on the canvas so much easier. There we go. That should do it. So once again, I'll just clean off the brush. Clean off my knife. I mean, this is basically going to take, I would guess, 8 minutes. Let's put it that way, 10 minutes max, and then we'll be done for the day. We'll have to let this gesso dry, and tomorrow we'll tackle our painting. And don't ask me what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I will think about that later on today, or actually tomorrow morning when I walk into the studio. That's the way I usually do it. I have a color scheme in my mind, and I kind of go with that color as a background. And then I decide what the symbolism will be. Well, usually that's the way it goes. So we'll see. I have all evening to think about it, all night. So let's tackle this. Wow, with this brush, it might even go faster than 10 minutes. What a pleasure. Jeez, why did I wait 20 years to buy it? Oh yeah, because I'm stingy, that's right, I forgot. So as you can see, by habit, starting from the center, working my way through the edges, and I go around twice. Not too exciting, white on white, but it's crucial. There we go. Wow, I can't believe how quickly it's going with this brush. The amount of surface I can cover. You can tell it's been several years since I've done any house painting as well. Which reminds me that this summer I'm going to have to repaint my apartment. A lot of marks from my son playing soccer in the house, hitting the ball against the wall. A lot of fingerprints too around the doorknobs. That'll be a nice summer project. There we go. Zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, now I guess we can go around the clock one more time. Yes, I can bring this right to the edge this time. Yes, just like that. All right, very good. Let's keep going around, around and around. The table's turning around, as the mighty sparrow would say. All right, let's keep going around. Little hair there stuck. There we go. There we go. Get all the edges done. Very good. Let's get to the bottom. Again, this should go pretty quickly, especially with this new brush. Look at that. Zoom. There we go. Pretty awesome. Did I get everywhere? Yes, I did. I'll check afterwards. Let's keep going around the clock. We're almost done. This is the last stretch right up here. Now we're back to square one. Very nice. Very, very nice. There we go. So, let me just take a quick look. Use the reflection from the window. Make sure that I get everywheres. Yep. Looks pretty good. Okay, make sure I don't put my hair in the fucking pot of gesso. That looks pretty good. Okay, let me get the brush nice and soaked. get the cover to this guy. Put this baby away. We'll pick it up in another couple of weeks or three, maybe 2-3 weeks for our next painting. There we go. So, well, there we go. That is the conclusion of today's stream. So, like usual, I am going to finish my stream by giving a little praise, thanks and praise to life. I know it's like an old hippie thing, but I don't care. Showing a little reverence for being alive, for being aware that we are alive, because life is so precious, so ephemeral as well. So, my friends, thank you once again for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow as well at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And by then, we should know what we're going to do on this canvas. So, I have even no idea. I was kind of maybe going towards green, a green background, but I have no idea. I don't know yet. Why not? Maybe. So anyways, once again, thank you for joining me. I'm going to leave you like I usually do with two things. The first one is with my schedule for the week, which is kind of simple. It's 9 a.m. every day, Eastern Time. And then by saying, ciao mes amis.